Boom! We are live at the Scoop on the U again.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a fantastic night. The Miami Hurricanes get a great win against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I must say, Ross, excuse me, Jacurri Brown, phenomenal performance for his first start as a Miami Hurricane. He's a true freshman. Incredible, in my opinion. Does he need to work on his accuracy? Yes.
Yeah.
But his playmaking ability, his athleticism is an X factor at the Power 5 level. We have as a program we have identified him as someone who can play at the Power 5 level, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
If he works on his accuracy, Ross, full transparency, the Miami Hurricanes have something special with him, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. His
Absolutely.
playmaking ability is it's really, I mean, it's very unique the type of quarterback he is. It's something we haven't seen at Miami since I don't think Miami's ever had a quarterback like Jacurri Brown. And I know fans are gonna be rolling their eyes right now saying, "Oh my God, Paul, like, really?" You know? But no, he's very different from a lot of quarterbacks we've had at Miami because of his playmaking ability, his athleticism, and full transparency. I mean, if he can get the accuracy down as a quarterback, which he needs to work on, which is completely fine. Honestly, he can be a special player at the Power 5 level. I think you're on mute, Ross.
Yeah, sorry about that. Everything, sorry, my bad. Everything physically you could ask for in a quarterback plus more, I mean, he's got that in terms of just natural ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you mentioned, especially downfield accuracy. He has an absolute cannon for an arm. He needs to learn how to kind of dial it back and get a little touch on it. But we can set up an offense around him until those things happen. And today showed me that we could do that. Honestly, that we could actually set up an offense while we're still developing Jacory Brown. And we got a win while we were technically developing our quarterback, in my opinion. So that's a big win, in my opinion. I don't know about you, Paul, but that to me, that's just like a big win just in terms of experimenting and making it happen. Even though it wasn't against a great team, we still made it happen.
In my opinion, Ross, this is the best one we've had this year for the Miami Hurricanes football program. I think the play calling, in my opinion, on third down specifically, was a little bit repetitive. The defense, there were times like, okay, a quarterback design run is coming. Like the defense expected that. So that per se is on Gaddis, but Jacory Brown gives the defense a different look. You don't know if he's going to run the football, especially in an RPO where you have various options. And having other playmakers such as Knighting, for example, this is where he thrives on, by the way, with the dual threat quarterback. It gives the defense a lot of trouble. And I think this is where Jacurri thrives in. And I think this was a statement game by Gaddis as well, saying, I think we have a better opportunity to win with Jacurri Brown compared to Jake Garcia, who I think is a good quarterback, and I think he can play at the Power 5 level. I'm really big on Garcia. But I think tonight showed you that, you know, Josh Gaddis has a lot of confidence in Jacurri Brown. And this offense needs an identity. This whole entire program needs a spark. And I think building off of this momentum with Jacurri Brown, I don't know what the future has to hold, Ross, about next year. But I'll say this. If you want to rebuild as a program, and I don't know where Tyler Van Dyke's going next year, I really don't. You have a true freshman, Jacurri Brown, who is an X factor just on athletics, right? On his athletic ability by himself. He is an X factor in every game because of his athletic ability. moving forward, Ross, I mean, he's definitely someone who you want to be involved in the offense. And honestly, I could see him starting next year.
I mean, if the route we're going, if this is what we're already doing, then absolutely I can see him starting next year. I mean, just there's no reason not to try to build off this. One thing I want to do here is thank John Bird for the $20 donation. He said, "Hey guys, 35-14, whatever, it's a win. How you?" And he said, "How are you guys doing? Go Canes." I'm doing great, John. Thanks for asking that question. Paul, how are you doing?
No, it's honestly, I mean, I'm really happy we got the win. I'm really happy Jacurri Brown is playing very well as a true freshman. And, offensively, I think the play calling could be a lot better. But you know what? We got the win. Cam Kitchens, 3 interceptions, Ross. Incredible game. He is our best safety. He's our best defensive player.
Oh, he's
He's
amazing.
playing much better than James Williams.
Amazing.
And he's a local product from Miami Northwestern. So I'm really happy that Cam Kitchens had an incredible game today.
This comment right here, 5-5 looks better than 4-6. Absolutely. It really does. Especially in college football where you have the limited amount of games. It definitely does look better, no doubt about it. I think that we have to, Paul, I think this is what we have to continue to do. I mean, if this is the route we want to go, a dual threat, quarterback route at Miami, if this is the kind of recruits we want to impress and say, hey, you can come here and run and pass, this is the guy that we stick with is Jacurri. We just keep refining his game, keep refining his game. The thing is that when the chips are down, he seems to be a guy who really finds a way to make a play. He showed it in high school a lot. Of course, I love his ability to run. We all love his ability to run. What I think that we haven't spoke on yet, what I think helped a lot, his ability to run really helped Rooster out because, I mean, who are you going to go with? I mean, who are you going to pick?
Exactly.
Pick your poison.
I think that has to go with the RPO offense that Gaddis run, that Josh Gaddis runs. It's like, okay, who's the weapon on this play? Who are they going to? Are they going with Nyden or are they going with Jacurri Brown? Keeps the defense guessing, Ross. Keeps them guessing. Jacory Brown is a threat. He's a legitimate threat with his legs. And it gives the defense a look they don't see a lot. This is the most athletic quarterback I've seen at Miami with Jacory Brown. Someone in the comment section is going to throw in Kenny Kelly. Dude, I was born in 1994. I don't remember Kenny Kelly. Okay? I don't remember him. All I know is that Ken Dorsey won his national title. That's it. That's all I remember. But someone in the comment section is going to throw in Kenny Kelly, and that's fine. He played minor league baseball. He made it to the major leagues. You can throw in Kenny Kelly. But from my eyes, Jacory Brown is the most athletic quarterback I have seen at the University of Miami ever.
Yeah, he offers us something that we haven't had, and it's not just speed. It's his size. It's his strength, Paul. I mean, this is a Cam Newton type of quarterback, where it's just a big body, super athletic, younger Cam Newton, but still needs to refine things a little bit, but always shows off the cannon and rocket ability of his arm, always kind of flashes that. Well, it might not be a completion, he still flashes that ability. I mean, dude, like we saw, I mean, Jacurri was pretty far off on some throws today, especially going downfield. He was pretty far off.
Yeah, the throw, their Restrepo. I mean,
yeah,
that was an easy 7.
He's got to hit that, no doubt. Hopefully, as time goes on, and if we stick with him, those will be the type of routes that he hits, though. That the next time it comes around, he hits that route that shows improvement. Yeah. I mean, it's to me, anyways. I'm with how we ran this offense and what our goal, what I think our goals were. I think we kind of met our goals today, Paul, honestly. I think from our team standpoint, from the coaching standpoint, I think we kind of met our goals.
Well, I mean, look, we were up by like 28 in the fourth quarter. We dominated the game, second half. Josh Gaddis, though, like, he needs to be more creative. Okay? I mean, like, every third down play, it's a quarterback design run. You know, it needs to switch up. It needs to get more creative. You got to let Jacurri Brown at least air it out a little bit more. You can't be so vanilla and predictable, which is what we saw in the second half with Jacurri Brown.
Yeah.
Because
Paul,
in the first half, we were run heavy.
I got to give a shout out here to a big donation we just got from Armando Alvarez. $49.99. Thank you for the donation. He says, "Let's go. Trust the process, fellas. The future looks bright." That's I think exactly what we're speaking on, Armando. You know, we're seeing the young guys and we're seeing a little bit of the future, and especially at the quarterback position. So thank you very much again for that hefty donation of $49.99. Much appreciated.
No, and I sincerely appreciate that, Armando. $50 donation. Everybody else who's donated tonight. I mean, look, we got the win against Georgia Tech. We were a 1-point underdog. We dominated the game, especially in the second half. Cam Kitchens, 3 interceptions, phenomenal job. I think, like, with Miami per se, a lot of the games we played in, Ross, even the Duke game, we were in it in the second half. We gave up, really. Like, we could have won those games. Middle Tennessee State, UNC. I mean, a lot of these games we could have won, you know? Florida State, they just slapped us in the face. I mean, we're dominant, you know? But this tells you next year, I don't know who we're going to roll with next year because people are saying Tyler Van Dyke's coming back. Jacurri Brown's looking really good right now in his first start at Miami. I don't know who we're going to roll with, Ross, but I'll say this. Josh Gaddis really likes Jacurri Brown if he's going to start him over Jake Garcia. Really likes him. And Jacurri Brown gives other opponents, other defenses, a different look. He's literally an X factor based off of his athletic ability because of his run game. And if he can simplify his accuracy, if he can get that down packed, I mean, in my opinion, Jacurri Brown can be a very good starting quarterback at the Power 5 level.
Absolutely. One thing I want to do is I want to give a shout out to the defense for being a little stingy, you know? Even though, you know, that last touchdown didn't mean anything to me. I mean, we all know that was just garbage time. You know, that was pure garbage time, meant nothing. Our defense played very, very well, and I think they understood that we had a young quarterback where there might be some bumps and bruises, and they might need to put the team on their shoulders for a bit, but they realized that we could have success with the offense and the defense, and that's a big deal, dude. It really is. I mean, for us to find a groove, to find our niche, to find our strong spots, our strengths on offense and defense, it's a big deal. And I think today helped us identify some of that. I really do.
No, I mean, look, defense, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. The last 2 games have played very well. One thing I like, well, I will say this. I have to, like, I'm sorry, like, to Corey Couch, like, you got to play better, buddy. Yeah. All right, you got to play better. That's my issue, Ross, is with the secondary specifically, cornerback play, like, to Corey Couch, dude. Like, that face mask penalty, like, that was stupidity. That was utter stupidity. I mean, like, the guy was, like, he was down. It was over. He was wrapped up. And, like, you just grab his face mask for no other reason. And then Lou Headley, like, literally, he makes a beautiful punt at the 1-yard line, and then you basically muff the catch. You don't like it. You had it at the 1, You literally just whiff it. I mean, you don't even try to bat it back to like your other players on the special teams to like catch the ball. I mean, this was not a good day for Jacory Couch at all, in my opinion. Cam Kitchens really saved us, man. He's the best safety we have on this team, Ross. I
He's
mean,
one of the
I'm
best
like,
safeties. He's one of the best safeties in the nation already, Paul.
How many interceptions does he have? 6 or 5?
5 or 6. Yeah, you're right. Hey, I do need to give a shout out here, Paul. Mo, hope I'm doing this right. Mo Kumo, $5 donation. Thank you very much for the $5 donation. It says Avante Williams is the real deal along with the other safeties, but scheme is a problem. What do you think about that, Paul? Do you think we have the real deal and then scheme is something that's holding us back on defense?
Avante is a good player. Avante is a very good player. There is a disconnection with him and the coaching staff that Brandon Merriweather talks about a lot. I don't know if Avante knows the playbook entirely or if he's buying into the culture. I don't know. I don't know what's the disconnection because I'm not there. I'm not in the sidelines. I'm not there inside the locker room. I don't know what's going on with Avante Williams.
Hey, Paul, I
just have to leave it at that.
We got back-to-back donations here, actually, in a row. MDB 2006 for the thank you for the $4.99 donation. He says, honestly, the O-line broke TBD I think he meant this year. Even if we had an average O-line this year, we're probably looking at two losses. I mean, so a 2-loss year is basically what he's saying if we just had an average O-line. And I think there's some truth to that. I mean, I honestly do. I think there's some truth to the fact that if we just had stable, it doesn't have to be fantastic offensive line, but just stable play, it could help us out a lot. And then we also got a $5 donation from Chug Mo Beer. What up, Chug? Thanks for the donation, bro. It says, great show, guys. I like what I saw from Brown today. He will get better with every game. Has a lot of potential. Players played hard. Canes for life 100. Dude, love it, man. Love the enthusiasm, and I think we'll grow too. I believe Chug Mo Beer.
I mean, thank you guys so much for the donations. We really greatly appreciate it.
Paul, we got another donation. We got $20 donation from John Bird. He said, "So are we done with TVD and Garcia?" He said, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, John. I mean, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate it. Sincerely appreciate it. One has to transfer out. You can't have 2 quarterbacks. I mean, 3 exponentially with Jacurri Brown and his performance today. And per se, I mean, Garcia was ready to go, in my opinion. They just chose Jacurri Brown over him. So one has to go. I don't know who stays, per se. It's probably going to be Tyler Van Dyke. And then you see Jacory Brown as a third down package or just utilized in a 2 quarterback system. I don't know who stays John Brown, but I'll say this. I mean, in my opinion, both Tyler Van Dyke and Garcia have regressed this season, and it seems like Josh Gaddis's offense works a lot better with Jacory Brown in the RPO he wants to run. So if that's the case and you're rebuilding, why not go with Jacory? He has a lot of potential. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
Get the accuracy fixed, and this kid can be a freaking star.
Yep.
Honestly, I really like him a lot. I like Jacory a lot. Fix his accuracy. He has the arm strength. It's there. Jacory Harris, for example, had no arm. He had no arm. Stephen Morris had a great arm. Had a phenomenal arm. But he was injured a lot in Miami. Jacory Brown is a quarterback we haven't seen at Miami in my lifetime. I was born in 1994, Ross. I haven't seen a quarterback like Jacory Brown at Miami.
No.
Ever.
Me either. Not with his,
I think Gaddis rolls the dice with Jacory. I really do. Tyler Van Dyke is a very good quarterback. We saw that against UNC this season. He threw for 500 passing yards. He's a good quarterback. You just got to play empty set, no huddle, up tempo, and Tyler Van Dyke will succeed. If Tyler Van Dyke comes back next season, you're going to see a 2-quarterback system per se, with Jacurri Brown coming in third down packages.
Yeah. My hope would be is if we're going to do it that way, we truly play to the strengths, of our players. And when Jacurri gets out there, of course, it can't just be, run, 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 run. The genuine RPO has to take place while he's still out there. And while he can take off, no doubt about it, he's got to hit a couple passes on that as well to keep defenses honest. So when TBD comes in, we can change up the offense and run something completely different. And, dude, it just keeps teams guessing. If we can do that properly and not lose momentum in between quarterbacks, when there's a hot quarterback in, it's tough to take them out, if they're just hitting passes. But, that might be the route they decide to go, just for the simple fact that Jacurri offers something that nobody else does on our team. Like we said, if he improves his passing, refining his passing, that changes everything. It changes the whole game.
Yeah. No, I mean, Jacurri gives every defense in America a look compared to Tyler Van Dyke, because they don't know if he can take off and run, if it's in an RPO. Knighton, for example, if you have Parrish in the backfield, that's another threat in the offense. It keeps the defense guessing. And then with his arm ability, he can always throw it. And we saw that today against Georgia Tech, which, are they a great football team? No, they're not. Are they a bad football team? They're average. They're an average football team. But you know what? We blew them out, Ross. We blew them out because Jacory Brown, you put him in a game, he has so many weapons. He can run. He can throw the ball. We literally run an RPO, and we keep the defense on their toes, Ross. We keep them on their toes. They're guessing every single time.
Yeah.
That's the beauty when Jacurri Brown is in the offense. That's why he's so special. If he fixes the accuracy issues, he can be a special player in college football. It's already been identified. He has a role in the Power 5 football offense.
Oh, yeah.
He has a role.
This
Fix
young
the accuracy issues, and it's gold. It's gold. He has a long windup, which he needs to fix. He needs to get more of a short release, get rid of the football quicker, which is something. I mean, I hate comparing NFL quarterbacks to college football quarterbacks. But if you look at Drew Brees, he gets rid of the football and counts to one. The football's gone.
Yeah.
If you get that quick release with Jacurri Brown, get rid of the football, identify your reads, it's gold.
We got another donation here, Paul. Mu Kumo, the $2 donation. He said, "Shout out to the BW show." I'm not sure what the BW show is.
God bless the BW show. That's all I got to say. Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the BW show. Must just be something incredible. Wholesome here. Wholesome says it definitely feels good to get a win.
It's great. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. It is nice. We don't get a lot of wins. Excuse me, at Miami.
I was clicking on the one that Wholesome was agreeing with on accident there. I meant to say that Wholesome was agreeing with Miss K that it was, a fun win and that it's nice. It's nice that we can talk like this. It's nice that we can talk about the future.
The thing with I saw a comment just now with Tyler Van Dyke. He goes with the first read every time.
Oftentimes,
he goes with the first read every time, and when you have a bad offensive line, you go with the first read, you're trapped.
Yeah,
you're trapped,
especially for a smart secondary. It really limits you. The one thing about Jacurri is that if his read isn't there, he can pull it down and run. That's something that.
And I will say this. For the fans. This is just my opinion. He's not Lamar Jackson. He's not. There's only one Lamar Jackson. Okay? There's only one Lamar Jackson. There's only one Pat White. He's not any of those quarterbacks. He's Jacurri Brown.
Yeah.
And believe me, Lamar Jackson as an athlete, that guy takes off and goes. He's gone. There's only
Incredible.
that guy can play safety. He can play corner. He
Incredible.
can play receiver. You can't imitate Lamar Jackson.
No.
You can't as a quarterback. Jacurri Brown is Jacurri Brown. He's never going to replicate Lamar Jackson as a quarterback. I'm sorry. Lamar Jackson he's a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback. He's a special talent, and nobody will ever replicate Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. Like, that was a once-in-a-lifetime talent.
You know, that's why, in my opinion, I refer to him a little more as Cam Newton. You know, the raw version of Cam Newton.
I mean, the thing with me, Ross, I hate comparing players to so many successful quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, Cam Newton. I mean, Ross, I'm sorry.
That's why I say
the generational talent. Like,
that's why I say the raw version of Cam Newton, bro. Specifically.
Yeah, I just can't do it with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Cam Newton in Auburn was special. I mean, that guy. God.
But we watched what he was like raw. We saw him raw, dude. He was athletic. He made plays with his feet, but he didn't make a ton of plays with his arms.
I would have loved to see Cam Newton at like Florida Gators practices, like behind Tim Tebow. I would have paid for that, honestly.
Yeah, just to see kind of where they were really leveling up at, you know.
And Tebow. I mean, listen, you can hate him all you want, but as a college football player, that guy made plays. He won football games, and he should have won two Heisman Trophy winning. Per se, tie, whatever you want to call it. He should have won the Heisman Trophy twice back-to-back.
Yeah. Drew Sarah's asking, how did Restrepo look today? Restrepo was open for a touchdown. Unfortunately, it was missed. And other than that, not
Here's
much.
The thing. I'm going to say this. Ross. Restrepo and Tyler Van Dyke have a connection, right?
Yeah.
They're whatever you want to say. They're roommates, whatever. They hang out a lot, blah, blah, blah.
Work out together.
Jacurri Brown, and Restrepo don't have that connection. Tyler Van Dyke, Restrepo have.
No,
right?
Not yet. No. They're developing.
I will say this though, because I've been saying in the past shows, Jaleel Skinner scored a touchdown today. He needs to be more involved with the offense. He is a freak athlete. Yeah. He is a tight end that can play wide receiver at most Power 5 programs. Get him involved and he will score touchdowns. He will make plays. He will make receptions with a huge amount of yards after catch. Get him involved. Jaleel Skinner is a freak on this offense. He's another weapon. And in my opinion, people are going to get mad. He's better than Will Mallory. I said it. Okay? He is better than Will Mallory. Get Jaleel Skinner involved in the offense.
In terms of being a playmaker at tight end, absolutely. And we know that. And here's the thing is, we can't sit here and say that, oh, well, Mallory's just an outright better blocker. Mallory's blocking still sucks. We don't ask Skinner to do a whole lot of blocking. But, I mean, it can't be much worse than what Mallory's doing, honestly. It really can't be.
Ross, I rarely get excited over players. It really frustrates me that Jaleel Skinner is not involved in the offense as much as I want him to be. I think that highly of him as a football player. He is literally, he's such a freak athlete. David Njoku, for example, Ross. David Njoku was such a raw talent. He blossomed his junior year. I honestly think if you target Jaleel Skinner every single game, honestly, this kid is a freak. It's in my opinion, if he's playing at Alabama, Georgia, Georgia has Brock Bowers, which is a stud. Yeah. But honestly, they'll get him involved.
Oh yeah, early and often. Dude, we got a comment here from Jeff Lynn's ELO 2023 tour. He says, at the scoop on the U, Brown is the roommate of Skinner. He said, a chemistry in the making.
Yeah, I mean, get him involved.
I mean, there's no reason why these guys shouldn't be together all the time. I mean, if this is going to be the connection, get them comfortable, get them involved. I mean, from what I understand, Restrepo and TVD were so close they could basically finish each other's sentences. So they knew when Restrepo was going to cut. That's why TVD could throw the ball before Restrepo even made his cuts, because he knew where exactly Restrepo would go. Jacurri's got to find that person that he can trust and that he can get to, and of course develop the accuracy to make it happen. I mean, without the accuracy, it doesn't matter who you locate or try to find, really.
Ross, anything we didn't cover today that you want to go over? I know we're 30 minutes in.
Just looking at the numbers here, Jacurri 14 for 19, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. With the way he runs the ball, I have no problem with those kind of stats, honestly, especially if the defense plays the way they did. We need to get the offense cooking a little more. Our leading wide receiver was 2 for 42, and that was Ladson. I believe somebody else got like 1 or 2 more catches, but they got less yards. Rooster 16 for 118 yards and 1 touchdown. Jacurri 18 for 96 yards. Those two right there, Paul. If those two can continue to feed off of each other, I think that that's something we can push going into the future. I really do.
I'll say this: do not get mad if Clemson obliterates us. Do not get mad. We are nowhere near Clemson. Dabo Sweeney has been a part of that program for a very long time, and we're playing at Death Valley. Just don't be upset if they take care of business against Miami. I mean, it's not a setback. It's not a big deal. It's expected. They've developed a winning culture, and they're gonna win. They're gonna win football games. So do not get mad if Clemson obliterates Miami by 21 or more.
Jeff,
it is what it is.
Jeff Lynn, I don't know if it's Linny or Lynn. I apologize if I say it wrong there, Jeff. Jeff Lynn, he mentioned that there was no injuries today for the Canes. Big positive. Absolutely.
We've had the injury bug at
Yes.
Miami.
Thank you for bringing that up.
I know people have. I mean, Coach Felds is the strength and conditioning coach, and I know a lot of people are upset with the amount of injuries. I don't know who to put the blame on, but I've never seen that at Miami in my life.
Yeah. Hey, here's another comment that Dave Serra makes here. I got to, everyone has to agree with. We have also played better away than we have at home. And that's true. 100% truth. We played better away from Hard Rock than we have on the road this year. No doubt.
Yeah, we get 8 home games every year. It is what it is, right?
Yep.
At the end of the day, I don't care. Just win football games. I don't care where you play. Just win. And I think I think Josh Gaddis is going to be here next year. I really do, unless he finds a better opportunity somewhere else, or an opportunity he feels that's better.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, just win games. I think that's all we care about as a program. And baby steps. Ross, just baby steps.
LT was injured. That was I guess we did have one injury. Let's just hope that that's not an injury and it's just somebody, and then he just got hurt. You know the difference between hurt and injury. The last thing we need is an injury with that guy. Hopefully he just got hurt and we'll be ready to go next game.
All right. Well, Ross, we've been live for 35 minutes. I think we basically covered it all. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Jacurri Brown, phenomenal performance today, in my opinion, as a true freshman, first star at Miami. Athletic ability is he's an X factor at the Power 5 level. And
X factor on offense. X factor on offense, Jacurri. X factor on defense, Kinchins.
Oh yeah, Kinchins, 3 interceptions. I haven't seen that in God knows. I've never seen that since 1994. I was born. Never seen that, Ross.
His IQ at the position is absolutely special, Paul. I mean, it really is. I mean, to see him understand and know when quarterbacks are going to be overthrowing their targets or underthrowing their targets and making that cut in and seeing it early and being able to make it happen, it's something special. We do have a $5 donation here. Delo53, $5. Thank you for the $5 donation, by the way. He said, I was just at the game and the fans showed up. Let's give it to the fans also. Josh Gaddis was still predictable, especially in the third quarter. Yes,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
But
100%.
I did hear the Canes fans traveled very well to this game, though. I did hear
Yeah. I mean that's amazing. Especially with the season, Ross. I mean, for the Miami Hurricanes football fan base to continuously travel, support the program after a 42-point loss to Florida State. Thank you to everyone that made the trip to Atlanta. If you live in Atlanta, thank you guys. Sincerely appreciate it. Amazing. I could never do that. Even home games are tough to even, attend.
Mm-hmm. Especially when
But
you're playing down.
no, I mean, Josh Gaddis' offense is very predictable, and especially in the second half. And I think he's going to return next year, unfortunately. For the people that want him gone, I think he's going to return. And we just got to hope for the best. It works out, and I think it works. I think Josh Gaddis really likes Jacurri Brown. I think there's something there. I think there's an X factor there. Josh Gaddis likes in Jacory Brown. The fact that he's athletic, he's mobile, he's a weapon, he's an X factor on offense, and I think that's who they're going to roll with next year. I don't know the future of Tyler Van Dyke.
Yeah, Paul. I feel exactly the same way you do. I think that this is a really big audition, basically, for Jacurri. This is a huge audition for him to show that he is ready to go. Looks like Paul might have had some troubles here. We were actually just getting ready to close up the show anyways, so no big loss there. We had covered everything we wanted to cover. He's back here real quick. Hey, Paul, are you back?
Yep, I'm good.
I was just letting the fans know we were just getting ready to close the show down, that we kind of covered everything we wanted to cover. And if was there anything you wanted to cover there, Paul?
No, I mean, it's really nice. It's a breath of fresh air to have, offensively, just something to look forward to. I really like Jacory Brown.
Something
He's
different.
A true freshman. I really like what I saw today. And, get the accuracy down packed. Work with the receivers, develop that connection. I think Jacory, listen, you can't compare him to other quarterbacks, Cam Newton, whatever you want to say. You can't. There's only one Cam Newton. He went to Auburn, won the Heisman, played in the NFL. There's only one Cam Newton.
But
there's only one Lamar Jackson.
At one point in time, Paul, there was a young Cam Newton, and he was raw.
Yeah, I think Jacurri is his own quarterback, and I think if he develop the connection with the receivers you have and grow and fix the accuracy issues, I think we can have a very good quarterback that I've never seen at Miami.
Yeah.
Jacory Brown is something. His tools, his athleticism is something I've never seen at the University of Miami, and I'm really excited, and I'm really looking forward to his development. I really am.
Yeah. This is the chance for the Canes to kind of take it to the next chapter. We want to thank everybody that joined us here tonight, man. A half hour, about 40-minute show. Thank you guys so much. We're always going to be here every post game talking about what we see. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's ugly, but we're always going to give you that real stuff. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. As always, it's all about the Canes. Go you.